Welcome back, everybody. Mike from Tactical Considerations here for ironinfidel.com. So Alex brought me on so we could do some really cool content for you guys. And today, hopefully, spark a little bit of a conversation with a topic that I know I have debated ad nauseum, and so have many other people. And that is going to be, should you have a carry rotation? Now, by carry rotation, what I mean is if you're the type of person that has, like, say, 7 to 10 different pistols, or maybe 3 or 4 or 5, and you just love to carry a different one each day of the week. Now, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Does that benefit you? Or does that cause some issues? Because as humans, most times we're going to resort to our last highest level of training. So if you're carrying something that you haven't trained with a lot, specifically to a high level, the outcome may not be the best. Now, me personally, I've seen this play out in real life from my time as a young ranger in the Army to my law enforcement days. I have seen a lot of people either benefit or severely deteriorate in their skill set when it comes to shooting just by minor changes, even maybe a trigger, different set of sights, but specifically when changing pistols or changing platforms, whether it's a rifle or a pistol. There can be sometimes really good things that come out of it because you find the one that fits, or there could be the one that's just not for you and you just can't seem to pull it together on out on the range. Both of those are possible. Now, today what we're going to do to try and help answer this is do a control group of drills with 3 specific pistols, and we're going to run them from a duty belt, and we are going to run them from concealment. Now, the gear is going to be the same for the most part as far as we wear it. The guns are going to have optics on them. It's going to be a Glock 17, a Walther PDP, and a SIG P320 X5 style of pistol. Now, that control group should give us a really good idea of some widely carried pistols out there and how these are going to play out in person, because we're going to run 3 specific drills that test a lot of different skills here. We're going to run the build drill, draw, fire 6 rounds into a target A zone. We're then going to do a bare standards drill, which is draw from a retention holster, 5 rounds in the left 4x6 box, 5 rounds in the right 4x6 box, empty gun reload, and 3 rounds in the 1 inch or 1.5 inch circle, whatever it is, maybe 2 inches. That drill is awesome, and this is all going to be on the shot timer, and we're going to record the results of this as well as accuracy. And then the last drill is going to be the 2-2-4-2-2 drill. Some people call it the Haley drill, but it's draw, transition, trigger control, all of these things in one. Anything that's outside the A zone is going to add 1 second to the time. Right now, that's still in the silhouette, but we're looking for speed and accuracy here, accuracy being the most important. Now, we're also going to run all of these from the same equipment. Like I said, we're going to use my Blue Alpha belt. We're going to use the Blackhawk Omnivore holster. It is a locking retention style holster. It is not a duty style holster, however, though. This locks onto the light. That's why it can carry so many different pistols, but it's easily defeatable with brute force. So not a duty holster, but it will suffice as a locking retention holster for today's purposes here on the range. As far as the mag carriers, they're all going to be the same. It's the pistols that are different. Targets are the same, so we're trying to eliminate as many causal factors that could cause a difference in this and just deal with the gear that we have on hand. Well, I don't know about you, but that's enough talking about it. Let's be about it, because I'm ready to shoot. So we're going to load up, make ready, and start running these drills. Now that we got all the kit on, we're going to do our first drill, which is going to be a build drill starting with a Gen 5 Glock 17. It's got a red dot on it, it's got a light on it, it's got a trigger and a mag well on it, which are all things that all of these pistols have. So again, the control group is very solid. So we're going to go ahead, we got our shot timer ready to roll. We're at the 7-yard line, which is well within that distance of normal self-defense engagements. And we're going to run these for all A zone on the clock and see what we get between all of these pistols. All right, so let's go ahead and check that out. We are going to mark these up so we know which ones are which. So a little bit of trigger freeze there, but we'll go ahead and mark these out. You can see they're all A zone. Got my timer right there. So that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. All right, now for the Glock, on our shot timer, focus this in for you guys. So 6 rounds, 2.12, definitely not my best time, but also cold start. So Glock is 2.12. All right, let's check it out. So as you can see right here, this is where things start to fall apart a little, especially cold start. So this is my first 5 right here. That's my 3 and the 3-inch circle, or the 2-inch circle. And then I got these 5 all in. So this is likely trigger work here, but we'll go ahead, we'll mark these up. All right, getting tore up by mosquitoes out here. So timer on that one. Right there you can see it's 7.18. Definitely not my best time on that, nor my best performance. So remember, anything that's not in the specific A zone is an added second. So we're gonna add 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds to this, making that time 11.18. All right, I can tell you right now, I yanked one of those. So let's go ahead and address the targets. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll mark these up. Those are all A. This is where it felt bad on one of them, but we're gonna find out right now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Must have been that low one. That's the one I thought I felt. Ah, here we go. Got a little something on this one. So we got 1 out, that's a Charlie. So that's the 4 rounds. So not terrible, right? Still within a good, nice, tight silhouette, but that's the one that I yanked on this target. So time on that for all those rounds, we'll clock it out for you right there. So that is 5:37, but we had 1 out. So we're gonna add a second, so 6.37. All right, so now that you know the drills, I'm just gonna go ahead and run straight through until we get to the CCW portion. Absolutely tell you I yanked that last one. Nah, we're gonna add it. All right. Time 6:73. Felt good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. 1, 2. That one looks like it broke the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna add 1 second, making that a 7.73. I think one of those got away from me as well. All right, gonna go ahead and address the target. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So still all A zone. One, two, three. Right here. That one right there. So still good group right there. One, two, three, 4. So we got to add 2 seconds on that one. 4.95, but 2 seconds. So a little bit of trigger freeze. All right, so we have all in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all in. Time 2:56. Clean. Pretty clean. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a miss right there. We're gonna add 1 second. 662 plus 1. One. Good there, one there. All right, everybody, before we get to the CCW part, I need you to stay healthy and I need you to stay hydrated. So you need to work out and you need to drink water because you're no use to anybody if you fall out because you failed to hydrate appropriately. So go to ironinfidel.com, check out the battle bottles. We've now got the 32 ounce, we got the big boy 64 ounce. You can get different lids. You can get the sippy cup version for this one if that is your thing. But these things are actually really awesome because they're great for hiking. They're great for camping. They're great for going to the gym. You've got your grab handle. You can put your cell phone in your pocket, hang your keys. There's Molly on it, so you can hang whatever you want on it. But you've got to stay healthy and you've got to stay hydrated. So check out the battle bottles at ironinfidel.com. All right, so that was some pretty crazy stuff, right? We went from pistol to pistol, same gear, same holsters, same belt, but what did you see there? I saw trigger freeze, I saw some flinching, I saw some magazine reload flubs, and I saw varying levels of accuracy and time, right? So if we think about this, is it really a good idea to change pistols and the things you carry every single day? Now, I carry a bunch of different stuff because I test things out so I can let people know what may work for them, what's good and what's just not good at all. And yeah, I'm under a little bit of stress here because I'm on the clock, I'm on a shot timer, but I've been in enough real world use of force encounters that putting myself on a clock gives me like this much stress. Now, out in the real world, when it's like you're at 11 or 12 out of 10, right? Because of adrenaline and something crazy is going on. Like I said, you're gonna resort to your last highest level of training. And if you swapped around all these different things, you can see how I did. And yeah, I went back to back on each one of them and changed them very rapidly, which can add a little bit of flubs to it. But I've also shot all of those a lot. I mean, I've got a lot of rounds for all those pistols, but you can see how poorly I did with some of those drills based on just changing from one to the other. And it was all cold start. I didn't warm up or anything. So it's really something you need to ask yourself. Should you have a carry rotation or should you just pick a platform and go with it? Now, what I personally tell people is go to the store or go out with your friends and find what works for you right off the bat, right out of the box. What's natural to aim, what's natural for the trigger press, and then go with that one and train with it. And that should be your carry because you're gonna be most proficient with it and most likely to perform well and survive an encounter should that day ever come. Because what are the differences when we're thinking about something like, you know, the SIG P320 as compared to the Walther PDP? There are a lot of differences there. The triggers are completely different. The angles are different. The weight is different. The reach from your actual grip to that trigger is completely different. And all of those things matter. All of those little micro changes can make a big difference in how you perform, as we saw here today. Now, I want to know what you guys do. Let me know in the comments. 1, do you like this style of video here on Iron Infidel? 2, do you change your daily carry? And now after seeing some of this, do you think it's a good idea? Have you ever gone out and done this yourself and went back to back from your out of the waistband into the waistband carry and seen, is there an actual difference in my performance, in my speed, in my accuracy? And would that change your mind? So let me know in the comments. Make sure you guys check out the battle bottles. Like I said, we've got the 32 and the 64s. I need you to stay healthy. I need you to stay hydrated. And you can carry this thing pretty much anywhere. It's very, very non-invasive to people's minds when you carry around a badass bottle like this. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next. Share the video with some friends. Go out and try this for yourself. Keep doing it on the range.